Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kylie. Welcome. This week I thought it could be fun to do some of my quilting projects that I've had honestly on the back burner. I've been doing a lot of garment making, which has been so enjoyable, and like I'm loving kind of having an entire me-made wardrobe for this spring and summer. And I will still be doing clothes. I'm actually kind of still working on some pieces right now, but I have a deadline for some of my quilting projects, so I thought it could be good to do a little week in my life, what I'm quilting. So let me catch you up on my quilting projects. The first big project I have is in this plastic bag, which I know is so glamorous, but this is just the best way I've been able to keep all the pieces together and not lose anything. But one of my New Year's resolutions was I want to make an heirloom quilt. And I know that's going to look different for everyone, but for me, I just wanted to make a quilt for my daughter that was going to be intricate, that was going to be really well made, really thought out, just really nice quality so that she can have it for a lifetime. That was kind of my thought behind this quilt. So I'm using the Tilda pattern. I'll put it here, what the quilt will look like overall. I did pick out different colors. I didn't go exactly with their color scheme, but I did kind of reference that they had, you know, some like pinks and yellows and purples and oranges. I kind of just loosely picked my colors based off of that. Let me just show you guys how far along we are in this. Where are all my pieces? Hold on. Where are all my pieces? Oh no, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. I grabbed the wrong bag. Oh my god. I almost just had a heart attack. Oh my god, I grabbed the wrong bag. So this is the bag of all of my quilt pieces. This is the bag of the extra material. So these are the fabrics for the quilt that I'm doing. So these are the extra material and like some scraps that I wanted to maybe do something with. Oh my god, I actually almost had a heart attack, like truthfully. Whoo! That was so scary. Okay, let's move on from that. This is just my spare fabric. I guess I decided I wanted to keep it all together, I don't know, instead of putting it in my stash. So that's my spare fabric. Goodbye. This is the quilt. Okay, so what I've done so far is I have done all of my flowers. So there's two of each pattern that I picked out. So this is one of the pink ones. It's like this really nice pink with little, this daisies maybe. It's just really cute. And then we've got another pink one. Again, there's two of each pattern. And then a blush pink, like this like rosy blush pink. Then we go into some purples. This one's got a little bit of a design to it. And then I absolutely love this one, the gingham and the green. It's just so cute together. And we've got some yellows. So this one is similar to the first one, but it's yellow with white daisies, and the daisies have little pink in the middle instead of yellow. These ones remind me of like little dandelions. I don't know what the actual flower is, but pretty. Then again, we've got like a daisy-ish little flower on here. And then I have some kind of like mustardy yellow, maroony colors with the pink in it again. And then tying in some orange. And then this one kind of has, again, like the maroon, the pink, the mustard yellow. So these are the blocks I have finished. So I have all of my florals finished. The next thing I have to do is the leaves and the flower pots. And then we'll have to arrange and see which stem and flower pot and flower combo will all go together. So the rest of this is the flower pots, the stems, and then the sashing that will go in between all of the flowers. So this is quilt project number 1. It's not necessarily top of my priority in terms of time frame because I am just kind of slowly working through this piece. It's not something I have a deadline for. I'm just doing it when I can, when I want to, when I have the time, because like I said, I'm really trying to take my time with it. I really want it to come out well, and so I have really been taking my time. Like these This I started in January, and this is all I have. So I really am taking my time. I'm really like trying to like press all my seams and do everything right so that it comes out really good. It's really durable and also really pretty. Now onto my projects with the deadline. I recently went to Home Sewn in Media, PA. It's a quilt store, also yarn store, like for knitting, crochet. I need to get knitting, and I need to go back to that store once I have, because their knits were so good. Like the yarn, I just wanted to buy the yarn like immediately. I don't know anything about yarn. I don't know how to knit. I don't know how to crochet. All I wanted to do was buy their yarn. It was so pretty and it looked so soft. So I'll be back there once I start officially knitting. I don't know how to knit, but it's on my list. But this is what I have a deadline for. So for Christmas, I made my whole family coasters, quilted coasters. It was like a little stocking stuffer, and my mother-in-law loved it. She was so obsessed with the quilted coasters that now they just bought a house, and she requested some quilted coasters from me. So for a housewarming gift, I'm going to be making her some quilted coasters. These are the fabrics I have picked out. It's like this orange. It looks much more like traffic cone orange on camera. I promise you it's a bit more like warm toned. Then we have this green, and they are going to go with this floral, which I am very much obsessed with. And I actually posted about this on TikTok, and I had a follower tell me that this is actually eucalyptus, like what koalas eat. So I was like, that is so cool. I did not know that that's like what the flower looks like on it. So we are going to be making coasters out of this, and then this is the quilt block I had in mind. I like just kind of like the squares within a square. I just think that looks really good, and I think with like a floral and two kind of like neutral base colors, that'll look really good. So that is highest on our priority list. And then what she doesn't know is that I'm also going to be giving her placemats for her table. So this is a house at the beach. So I found this fabric, which is just absolutely my mother-in-law in a fabric. Like, she loves flamingos, the beach, palm trees. There's like little drinks on here. Like, it is literally so perfect. So this is going to be the front side of the placemat. And then this is going to be the back side of the placemat. I am making them reversible so she can do either side. But how perfect is this? I feel like it's like beach towel, but like chic beach towel. And then I didn't even realize until I got home that there are so many of this like green and blue stripe within this fabric. So these are gonna go so good together. So this is my top priority, is doing the placemats and the coasters. And then a little bonus one. So I've been making these little koozies for my mason jar. This is what I like to have my iced coffee in. So this is one of the koozies that I've made myself, and my sister-in-law really liked them and asked if I could make some for her. So while I was at that quilt shop, I picked up some of this fabric. And it's just golf green. It's so cute. Her and her husband both golf, and this was just giving like masters vibes, you know, like the green and the white. I just thought it was so cute. I couldn't pass it up. So this will be probably lower on the list of things we need to get done, because I won't be seeing her again until June. She doesn't live close to us. So, but it is a quilting item, so it's on our agenda this week. So we've got continuing my quilt, quilted placemats, quilted coasters, quilted drink koozie. So we've got a really heavy quilt week ahead of us. Now, I have not starched any of these fabrics. I don't really think I need to starch the placemat ones. Like, I'm not doing anything intricate. Same with the koozie. But I do think I want to starch these, because I starched these fabrics for the first time. I had never starched before. And if you are unfamiliar with quilting, what starching does, it's a spray. This is the spray that I used, Best Press. So what you do is you just pretty much douse your fabric in it, you iron it, and then you let it dry, and it makes your fabric not quite turn into like paper, but almost. It gets so like stiff and crispy, and then you're able to cut so much cleaner. Like, I feel like I've never cut fabric as good as I have than when I did these, because it was my first time starching fabric. Like, it came out so good. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is starch these three so that I could leave them up to hang dry. And then we can maybe get started on cutting out my placemats. I don't think I have enough batting at the moment to do all of them. I want to do 6. So I think I need to order a little bit more batting, but let's get started starching so those can dry, and then we'll take our measurements for our placemats and get started with that. Also, if you were wondering, because honestly, I wasn't really sure how it works, the starch washes out in the wash, which is so nice. So if you starch something, once you wash it, the starch will wash out and it won't stay stiff forever. Because I was really worried about that. I was like, well, then won't my quilt just be uncomfortable because it'll be so stiff? But once you wash it, it just washes out completely, which is so nice. So let's get to spraying. I just try to do like a nice coat, as even as possible, and then I go in with my iron. This is just what I have learned from other people online. So now I'm just going to hang this and let it dry completely because it is still pretty wet. I think today is going to end up being my like prep day, because if you've never quilted before, the majority of quilting is prepping. But I don't have enough of my batting to do my placemats today, which is fine. I'm gonna order that. I really should have ordered it, but I don't know. I can't remember everything all the time. So we'll order that, so that will come. But I still have to like cut things out. I have to make bias tape. I hate making bias tape. But I was actually going to purchase bias tape, but the store, this quilt store, I could not find the bias tape, and I had already spent a decent amount of time in there looking at things and looking around, so I had to go. But I couldn't find any pre-made bias tape there, which is very well that they don't have any, or I guess quilt binding is really what I'm looking for. But if you missed it in one of my other videos, I had a follower graciously gift me a giant container of fabric, and I think I have one that will perfectly match all of these things and kind of tie them together that I might use as my binding. Is it binding? Is it bias tape? I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. This is the fabric I'm thinking of using. It is a ginormous thrifted sheet. I don't know what size this is. It has to be at least a queen. Yep, queen. Oh, it's Martha Stewart collection. 100% cotton, queen. Amazing. That is perfect because when quilting, you really do want to use 100% cotton, but I do think that this is going to be perfect. So let's take a look. If it's the binding for these two fabrics, oh my gosh, that's perfect. Yes, okay. So I'm going to cut some of this out to be the binding for this, for my, why can't I think of it? Tablecloth. No, tablecloths, no. What are these called? Placemats. If I've said tablecloths previously, please know I meant placemats. I'm making placemats. I also think it's the perfect color to use as a lining for my koozies. So amazing. I love not having to purchase even more fabric. So, I guess I should get my template out to figure out how much binding we need. So let me go get that. This is the placemat I'm using for reference. It is not handmade. This is from the store. I actually took it from my mom when she moved out of my childhood home. She was just had a bunch of things that she wasn't going to use anymore, and I was like, I'll take that off your hands. Like, you know, it's just like a cute summer placemat, 4th of July. I took other ones too. I took like her Christmas ones. I took a whole bunch of stuff that she wasn't going to use. So I'm using this as my reference. 18 3/4, so we'll call that 19 by 13.5. I always want to go bigger. So let's see. So we need, all right, I need 390 inches of binding. That is so much. All right, let's get rolling on that. I also know that eventually my daughter's gonna wake up from her nap, and I'm gonna have to go lay with her because that's just what life has been recently. She just needs me to lay with her for some of her nap. So let's see how much of this I can get done before that happens. As suspected, my daughter did wake up already, so she went back down. I'm hoping I have 30 more minutes, and I'm going to try to put all of this binding together. She's awake. I literally just went, I just went to sew my first piece and she's crawling off the bed. I will continue this later. Nap time is over. I'm sure you can hear her right now. She's playing with my things. Hi. I did manage to do all of my quilt binding. Look at how much that is. Oh my goodness. I definitely did extra just because I don't want to run out, and then I'll have this. Like, this is such a pretty color. I wish that I had enough of this green. So this is kind of in my mind what I really wanted to do. I wanted to have this green be the binding. Like, how perfect would that be? And I thought maybe of buying a green, but I actually think that this blue will be really good. I think that it's gonna just go really well with both of these fabrics. Like, it pretty much matches this stripe. And then we have, like, you know, like the beachy one here, and I feel like the blue will look good with that. And then I am planning on using this blue as the backing for the coasters so that they kind of all match. I'm not doing binding for the coasters unless I have like an extraordinarily amount of this left over, then maybe I will. But my original thought was I'm making the quilt block on the batting, and then I'm just going to do the backing, like right sides together, sew all around, flip it inside out, that kind of thing. That's what I did for Christmas. So this is where we're pausing for now. Her and I have to carry on with our day. But I think I will do a little work tonight, which I don't normally work at nighttime just because I'm tired by then. But I want to just finish the prep work so that the rest of the week we can just sit and chit chat and quilt, because that just sounds much more enjoyable than doing more things like this. So I'll see you guys in 1 second, but it will be tonight. The lighting is truly terrible in here at night. I really need to get like a little lamp or something, because this overhead light that like barely works is not cutting it. And also I hate working in this light. Anyway, I don't even think I'm gonna film much tonight because I think I'm gonna just put my headphones in and like get in the zone. And I think the plan is to cut out my coaster quilt blocks so that way tomorrow I can just sit down and sew. Also, I'm really considering getting into audiobooks because I feel like I just never have enough things to watch when I'm sewing. Like, I love to watch YouTube and I love to watch other sewists on YouTube. That's pretty much what I watch when I'm sewing. But I'm just running out of content, because like when you sew for hours, and it's like someone's gonna post a video, it's like 40 minutes long, and it's like even if I had 3 videos, sometimes I'm sewing for longer than that. Or then I watch it all in like 1 or 2 days, and then I don't have anything else for the rest of my sewing. And music is fine, but I really want like a story. Like, I don't know, I'm not really into like podcasts right now, so give me your audiobook recommendations, because I know some people think that like the audiobook is better for certain books, like just how it's read and stuff like that. I'm into pretty much all genres. I love a little romance, I love like fantasy, I love like also like sci-fi dystopian. I also love thriller. I actually really love thriller, like a psychological thriller. That's probably my favorite genre, but I'll pretty much read anything. There's not much that I won't read. So if you have any like outstanding audiobooks, like books that you were like, this was so good on the audio, let me know, because I'm gonna download it on Libby. I really need to just start doing audiobooks when I'm sewing. Anyway, let's get cutting. Oh, I should have thought about that I wanted something like this and the other side was like this. So I'll use that for something else, but I want it to look like that. I want like the orange flower to be the center. I wish that I was just filming. I wasn't, but I was sewing these pieces together and legitimately the entire bobbin ran out. Like, this was the end of the bobbin. That is like the most epic bobbin chicken. just fit, it literally ended on my last stitch. Craziness. But I've gotten a little carried away over here as per usual. So I'm gonna finish up what I'm doing right now and then I'll show you guys what I've done. So here's what I ended up doing. I did a lot, got a little carried away, and I think I'm gonna carry on with the getting carried away, I'm not gonna lie. So I've prepped all of my koozies I'm going to make. So my sister-in-law actually only requested this Yankees one because I made one for my husband and she wanted one too. But when I was at the quilt shop, I just couldn't resist this golf one for her. So I have the golf one with its lining. Then I have a Yankee one with its lining. And then I did a Minnie and Mickey Mouse with its lining because my sister-in-law is a huge Disney fan, so I thought that was so cute. And I just have that fabric in there. I'm not using it, so I might as well use it now. And then I prepped all of the batting to go along with that. So I think that I might just like finish these tonight. These don't take long at all, and I think I'm just gonna like put on some music and crank these out, and then it's off my to-do list, so that's cool. And then I have everything prepped for my coasters, which I am not starting this tonight. I do not have it in me to do a quilt block. So yeah, I'm gonna start this tomorrow during nap time, do the quilt block and maybe the quilting, we'll see. But all of this is prepped. These are for my coasters. So yeah, I'm gonna see how many koozies I can get done before I get too tired and have to go to bed. I cannot believe it, but I finished all 3 of the koozies. This one is by far my favorite. It came out so cute with the light blue on the inside, and then like the outside has the light blue too. I'm so happy that these are done. That's literally a whole project checked off my list for the week. And it is 11:12 p.m. so I will be going to bed. It is very late. Of course, the first project I finished is the one that I don't have to finish until June. Like, what is wrong with me? What type of procrastination is that? Like, but tomorrow we are going to do the quilt blocks for the coasters, and I'm very excited about that. So I will see you guys in the morning. It's the next day. Sorry if my like eye looks weird or I keep rubbing it. Last night, my left eye started to get so itchy. Like I almost felt like I got the quilt batting like in my eye. And then like this morning it's kind of still carrying on. So I don't know if that's allergies or like literally I have like quilt fibers in my eyeball, which maybe is possible. But here are my little, what are these called? Koozies in the daylights. This is the Minnie and Mickey one. I think it came out so cute, and then the inside is just like this really cute polka dot. You don't really see the inside, I just wanted to do something cute. So these are meant to fit a like 20-ounce drink cup, I think. I'll link the tutorial I followed. It was on TikTok. I followed the tutorial of how to make the pattern to make these to fit the size that I needed. And then this is the Yankee one, which again, this is the one she actually asked for, and I think it came out really cute. I only had 2 panels left of the pinstripe, so I opted for just white here, and I think it looks really cute. And then the inside is just white as well. This is plain white, and then this is like a patterned white. I don't know if you can see that. It's like ever so slightly got a little pattern on it. And then this is literally incredible. The golf one, I am obsessed with this one, and I love the inside color. It's literally the exact blue that's on the outside. So I'm very excited to give these to her. I'm actually just going to give them to my mother-in-law because she'll see them first before I will. So let's get cracking on the stuff for my mother-in-law. We are going to do the coasters today. I just ordered the batting for the placemats because I did not have enough for that, so that will be tomorrow's project. We'll start working on the coasters. I mean, the placemats. Oh, I really hope I've been saying the right thing because I feel like I haven't been. I think I have just like a little bit more cutting to do. I cut out all my squares yesterday, but some of them have to be cut into triangles and some of them have to be cut into like 4 triangles. Like one just in half, one all the way through. So let me do that real quick and then we'll get started. I cut out everything for one of them and I think I'm gonna sew it together just to make sure everything's good, and then I'll do the rest. How pretty is that? I love it. Finished all of the quilt blocks, which I'm so happy with. Guys, they are stunning. These colors together are so good. Like, this is my favorite one, this one right here. Like the flowers with the green and the orange. I just think they're so pretty. So I got all of them done, and I think that this is where I'm gonna call it for the day. I just don't have it in me to quilt them, like to the batting. I thought that I was gonna do all of that, but I actually should be shocked that I even got this done. My daughter is actually sleeping really well, so that's really good. But I think I'm going to take a little break for lunch, and maybe I'll finish the coasters this evening. I'm really into like the evening sewing this week. Usually I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm not even gonna sew. I'm just gonna make a mistake, but it's been really relaxing. I also have come to realize that quilting is like very meditative for me, like doing the cutting and then sewing it all together. Like, sure, it takes a bunch of time, but I truly find it very meditative. Like, I love making a garment because I love to then like wear it and, you know, style it and learn new practices, but quilting is truly like, it's so meditative. Like, I can just turn my brain off and like totally relax. So I've really found like a love for quilting recently, which is so nice. I just love another side of sewing that kind of just gives a different, I don't want to say different goal. I mean, it is a different goal, but like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a different outcome. It's a different feeling. But yeah, so I will pick this up a little later. It is the next day, and I may have went a little crazy again last night. I did some like, it wasn't even manic sewing, but I just like got into such a groove, and I was in my ugly pajamas. Not like I have glamorous ones, but you know, the ones where like you have like the best oversized t-shirt and it definitely has holes in it, but it's so comfortable you have to keep wearing it. I was in those pajamas last night, so I was in no state to film, but I did finish my coasters and they look beautiful. So each one is slightly different and has all the three colors. So this is one where the orange is on the outside, then the green, and then the nice pretty flower one. And then the back is that like baby blue, the same blue that I'm doing for the binding. It's the same color. Then we've got one with the floral on the outside, then orange, then green, and then green, floral, orange. And then we have another one with the orange on the outside, but then it goes to the floral and then the green, and then floral to green to orange, and then green to orange to floral. So they're all just slightly different, but I think that like this set as a whole looks so good together. Let me see if I can get you guys like a view of all of them. I feel like that looks so good. And I promise you that this orange is not traffic cone orange for whatever reason. The camera makes it look traffic cone orange. It is not. It is a good shade of orange. It is not as bright. It's definitely like a bright, bold orange, but it's not traffic cone orange. So today's agenda is the placemats. I'm doing them today. It's Wednesday. I need them finished by Saturday. I really need them finished Friday night because I need them Saturday. So I am waiting on my batting. I ordered it and it's on the way, and actually it says that it's a few stops away. So I'm really hoping that it will arrive during nap time. My daughter just went down. I have my lunch in the oven, so I'm gonna eat lunch and hope that my batting comes so that we can get started on the placemats. I finished my lunch and I've continued to stalk the delivery driver, and they are in my neighborhood, but they're still not here. So I think I'm just going to cut out my fabric so that at least once it is here, I just have to cut out the batting and then we can start to quilt. Let me get my template. I'm just using this as my guide because I like the size of this. Let's start with this one. I'm going to iron the fabric first and then start cutting it out. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm simply just going to trace this, cut it, keep doing that. My batting finally came. It is the same day. I am in a different outfit because during nap time I had to lay with my daughter and then we had a peep out incident. So I was soaked in pee and I was like, that's it, I'm done with clothes for the day, pajamas are going on. So it's a little bit later, nap time is over, but I got my batting. So let's get this cut out. I have all of my pieces cut out. I did manage to get that done. Also, this is your sign to keep up with the girl math because I'm a visual person. So I brought this tablecloth with me. Oh my gosh, I keep doing it. Placemat. It's not a tablecloth. I brought this placemat with me to see how much fabric I would need. And the guy was like, you're gonna need 2 yards. And I was like, I am not getting 2 yards of fabric. And so I laid it out and I was like, 1 1/4. Let me tell you, this is what I have left from 1 1/4. It was perfectly enough. The girl math is mathing. That's all I have to say about that. I'm well aware that you're supposed to cut your pieces, your like quilt batting, bigger than whatever you're quilting so that you have extra room for when it like slides around. I did cut these the same because I have found that when I use this basting spray, it does not move at all. And I really wanted to be able to see both sides. Like, I don't know how I would be able to get them on the same side. I guess what I should have done is cut one side bigger. Like, if I had cut it this size, I should have cut the backing and the batting to like a bigger size. Hindsight, that's probably what I should have done. Doesn't matter. This is how I'm doing it. It's going to work fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, pretty good. So here's one side, here's the other side. I'm gonna do this to all 6 of them and then we will start to quilt. My plan did backfire a little bit when I ran out of spray on my very last placemat. I almost said tablecloth again, but all good. I just have it pinned and it'll be fine. I also tested out the wavy stitch on my machine. Let me get this to focus. And I love that. I've never used this decorative stitch before, but I think I'm gonna use that as my quilt line because I think it'll look kind of beachy, and then also to like play off of the stripes. Instead of it being a stripe, it's like a wave. I think that'll be good. And I'm just going to use the lines on the backing. So let's get this going. Came out absolutely adorable. I love the wavy quilt lines and they look good on the front too. Like it's not as noticeable on the front, but it's still really cute. Love it. So I'm just going to try to bang out as many as I can right now before dinner. And then tomorrow will definitely be the quilt binding. I'm not doing that today and I'm not sewing tonight. So just going to see how many of these I can do right now. Yesterday I was able to get them all complete. So I'm hoping that I can get them all bound. Is that what you would say? Like putting binding on? Bound today. I am feeling so tired, which I don't know why, because I actually slept last night. I have a terrible sleeper. My daughter has never been a good sleeper. And literally in the past like 2 weeks, she finally, for the first time, has been sleeping through the night, like pretty consistently. Like literally like 3 nights in a row sleeping through the whole night. She has never done that in like her whole life. So I should be feeling better than ever, and I'm not. I'm convinced it's because my body like doesn't know how to not be sleep deprived, and now I'm getting too much sleep. I don't know. That's just a crazy thing to say, but I'm gonna put in some headphones. I'm going to watch a show or listen to music and just get as many of these done during nap time today. So let's see how many that is. I ended up finishing them all between Thursday and Friday. It is Saturday morning now, and we are going to be leaving soon to meet with our family, and that's where I'm going to gift these to her, but they are complete. Here's the front with the blue binding, and then the back. I think they came out so cute, and like I really love just like the combo of these. I think they came out really cute, really adorable, and I'm excited to give them to her. I think she's really gonna like them. We did not get to my long-standing quilt. These honestly took a bit longer than I thought, which that's kind of the moral of every story of mine. I'm always like, that took longer than I thought. So maybe I'll have to do another dedicated quilting week and just work on that quilt, because I do really want to get more progress on that. So maybe I'll have to hold myself to it by filming it. Let me know if you guys are interested in another quilting video, because I really enjoyed this. I love making garments, but I really have equally started to love quilting. This video ended up being so much longer than I intended, so if you are still here, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on my other platforms, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!